Heaven, let your light shine down. Oh, heaven, let your light shine down. Oh, heaven, let your light shine down. I don't know any more words to this song. Heaven, let your light shine down.
You got, or the light shines up, either way.
My brother. Your name is Isaac Mason.
That's me, Isaac Mason, and this is my co-host or side host. What is the name for like if we're both equal hosts?
I don't know.
I keep saying co-host.
Just call me a host, and I'll call you a host.
I also thought another name for the podcast could have been the Drinker and the Thinker.
That could have been one.
Right? We could still start one.
Maybe we have a segment called the Drinker and the Thinker.
Drinker and the Thinker.
And you think about something, and I get
drink about something.
And then I'm like, hey.
Right. But this is episode 23 of The Joker and the Smoker.
Woo-hoo.
And
Michael Jordan.
Right? Yep. You know the names.
It's the greatest one of all time. This is the greatest podcast that we have done so far.
Ever, right?
No,
ever.
Ever.
So far, yeah. Yeah, dude, that's about how it goes. So first off, we had a lot of downloads yesterday, which is kind of uncommon, super surprising. I don't know if everyone was expecting a release or a new episode. That I dropped the ball on that earlier this week, dude. I fell into like a hole of depression for like 36 hours.
Man, I've been in it though, so it's no big deal.
It's crazy. So my apologies to the listeners. But we're back on track, and that's all that matters.
Back on track.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a busy day at work today. It's like, I don't know if summer is causing the busy season or if it's just that time of year or what the deal is. But
yeah.
How's work been at your place?
My boss and my warehouse manager,
right,
both decided to call off during the busiest time of the year.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
The upsetting part is
the
warehouse manager had a baby.
Okay, that's right.
In our, like, we're a really family-oriented business.
Okay.
We don't do paternity leave.
Okay,
like, the owners are kind of like,
yeah.
This was your idea to have a baby. Why should we pay you for your choice?
Right, yeah.
My boss gave my warehouse manager 5 days of paternity leave paid.
There you go. That's
not okay.
That's 5 days more than most people get.
That's not okay. Because I did his job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I don't get paid more
for that. Yeah. Why don't you say, hey, let me get that pay you gave him for that days.
I actually did send that email. And
oh, yeah?
I got a reply today.
Okay.
I'm actually going to read it on the podcast.
Nice.
So I'm going to read that when he's talking, and we're not going to worry about that right now.
Right, exactly.
We're going to figure out if I still have a job or not on this podcast.
Yeah, that's the moment of truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, work's just been like the power went out at work today, so I woke up at about 7. Shit. I woke up at the time I normally do, like 7:30, and then snooze once or twice, and then got a text and said, "Hey, the power's out here at work." So naturally, I didn't go in because like I show up at 8. Me and like two other guys show up at 8, and then my boss, the supervisor of the shipping department, shows up at 9. So I automatically knew I had like from 8 to 9 for the leeway. So like if the power doesn't come on until 9, everyone's obviously there. Like my supervisor's really laid back, and we get along well.
That's awesome.
It really is. It's like it's super. Like I would never have this in any other job, and I take it for granted every day.
Well, I've been at places where the power's been out, and they're just like, "Hey, you need to stick out for the next 2 hours."
Yeah.
Yet we only have 2.5 hours left. Power comes on for the last 30 minutes. You're like, all right, time to catch up.
Exactly. That's exactly how it was today. So
but that's awesome that he's lenient with you.
Yeah, and I basically I texted him at 9 when I knew he was going to be in, and I said, hey, I got word at 7:45 that the power was out. I'm still at home because I only live 15 minutes from work. I can be there whenever you need me. Just let me know. So I ended up going into work at 10:30. What's crazy is I got off work yesterday at 6 o'clock, and I got off today at 7 o'clock. So, yeah, I got to go in 2.5 hours later, but it's kind of frustrating because it's like,
that's what I was going to ask.
Well, like, yeah, I would have been out early today if everything was on point and on time.
Right.
But, I don't know, dude. It's so analogous to life. You just can't predict anything that ever happens.
But would you rather have those overtime hours? thing going in late?
See, that's the thing. They changed our overtime. We used to get overtime on the day if we worked like over a certain amount of hours.
That's how we get it, and that's awesome.
It is, yeah. But they changed that on us, so now we only get it over 40.
So at the end of the week, it depends.
Exactly, yeah. So
Damn.
I'm still like roughly almost 20 hours into the week after 2 days, which is all right. I'm cool with that. It's a pretty normal work day,
But people don't understand how that like 15 minutes of overtime each day
just
adds the fuck up.
Exactly, yeah. It's really nice when it works like that. And they changed a few things along with like sick time and vacation time and stuff.
Damn.
They did it to cross compete with Amazon because Amazon's going in across the street from Ace. So yeah, it's inevitable that other businesses coming in will cause potential changes that. Like the HR department, they're basically trying to keep as many people at Ace as they can before they open up the doors at Amazon and say now hiring.
Hey, Jeff Bezos, hit us up. You can sponsor the podcast forever,
please.
If you give us $1 million.
Give us $1 million and we'll sponsor you, and I'll even work for you right down the road
each year.
Yeah. It's not that much,
That's $1 million on top of if he works for you. You got to pay him.
Yeah. This podcast potentially brought to you by Amazon.
Potentially, not legit, but shit happens.
That's what it would sound like. But yeah, dude. I don't know what. Since the last podcast, it's been a week or so. What have you been up to? Anything new?
Busting my. I went to. Okay, I've been busting my ass.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
And then I went to a concert.
Right.
And I don't even know if you should know these bands.
Soul Collective, you said, right?
No, Collective Soul.
That's how much I know them.
And Gin Blossoms. You know the band like Haven't Let Your Light Shine Down.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's cool. Like 90s band.
Yeah, they're 90s.
That's cool. That's super cool.
So I feel bad because I think they're like I've been to multiple concerts, but I've only been to concerts with like one person.
Okay.
And this one person's he goes to music festivals like 3-day, 4-day, 5-day.
Okay, yeah, the stretch, yeah.
Yeah. I've only gone to concerts with him, and every time I've gone with him, either if it was general admission or if it was like you bought a seat
or the sections,
you pretty much found like where you're sitting at.
Okay.
And then after that, you just
go wherever.
You had a meeting point.
Exactly.
You met at the end of the concert.
Yeah.
If you ran to each other across the way, that's
exactly,
awesome.
Yeah.
But you figure out what mischief you can get into.
If you can maybe get a closer seat, if you can maybe chase down some concert floozies. Yeah.
So I go, well, the concert floozies were all like 40-year-old women, which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
But they were all with dudes, and it's like, shit.
Yeah.
So, I went immediately when we walk in the doors open, we walk in.
Okay.
And it's only those two bands. There's no opening bands, which was awesome.
That's cool, yeah. I appreciate that.
It was awesome. So I say, hey, I'm going to get a beer at the bar.
Right.
And then they say, hey, we don't drink, so we're going to take a right. And it's my aunt and my uncle.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, like, bye.
Yeah,
like, I'll find you.
Exactly, yeah.
And then they say, well, you're already in here, so what's the matter? So that to me is like free range. Go do what you can do.
Exactly. Yeah. You're here. We're all here.
Well, within 5 minutes, I was in the pit.
Without the beer, you didn't even make it to the beer.
No,
stand?
I got the beer and then made it in the pit.
Okay, nice.
But I just heads up, people. This is how you do this.
Yeah.
Because there was multiple people that walked up to the dude who was in front of the pit.
Okay.
That was keeping them from walking down because they were only serving draft beer up top.
Okay.
And they were only serving bottled beer down below.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Right.
So I'm just walking down and I see a couple people like walk past, and they all ask the dude like, "Hey, is that General Mission?" And they're like, "No." "Is that General Mission?" No. And then I just walk past and I say, "Hey, the beer line was too long down here. I went up top to get a beer. Hey, we cool?" He's like, "Yeah, man, we good."
That's nice.
So I just walk straight into the pit.
See, that's the thing. Just pretend like you belong there.
Exactly. Like
act
like you've been there before.
Yep.
So
that's cool. So you made it down to the pit. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, I would say 20 feet away from a bar.
That's great. Oh, from the bar,
like the pit bar.
Okay, how far from the stage?
Oh, I would say like 30 feet.
That's awesome.
I was so close.
It's really cool when you get those front row seats, but then when you think back on them, you're like, is that a dream? Was I really 30 feet from the stage?
Right.
Yeah.
I have video of it.
Okay,
so
nice. Yeah, that's good.
I only took one video of it because they played a Tom Petty song.
Nice.
And me and this other person, like Tom Petty is
right. Yeah, who's going all out? Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is not a Tom Petty band. It's not a cover band, but they're playing. I have to record it for this one person 20 seconds, done,
Exactly.
over with, put the phone away.
Yeah, I usually limit my concert footage to 30 seconds. 30 to 45. It's something I really like, a minute as long as I go.
Right.
Because any longer than that, and I get frustrated if somebody's around me doing that.
Yeah. So,
but that's cool. You got some good footage. Got some good placement for the beer. So how was the concert overall?
it was fucking great, dude. I'm not going to lie.
That's awesome.
Of course. I was a little fucked up.
Right, yeah.
My apologies to my aunt and uncle for that
little,
one, too.
extracurricular substances.
Well, I only had 1 day off.
Right.
And I'm going to have 2 days off in the past. No. I'm going to have 1 day off in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I've been taking on a bigger role and not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So it was just one of them things like, it's time for me
exactly.
to
Yeah,
let loose.
it's vacation.
There's a reason I told them to drive. They came to pick me up.
Exactly. You don't even want to mess with it. That's good. That's good foresight on your part, though.
Yeah, but it was an awesome time.
Dude.
Fucking, if you get a chance, go see him. Collective Soul has a fucking guitar player.
Yeah.
Out of this fucking world.
That's cool. It's always cool when especially older bands like that come through and really impress you a couple decades after their popularity.
I'm really happy they didn't play like new shit.
Right,
and only one like big song. Like they played all good songs. All the music they collected over the 30 years that they've been trying.
And I have a feeling they may have tried a concert or two with their new stuff and just didn't get any reception. And it's like,
most likely.
You know why people are here to see you.
Exactly.
Yeah, undoubtedly. So right off rip, one thing I was thinking about between when I was before we started filming this podcast last week, I did that Amazon section where I opened up shit and I realized, wait, this is an audio mostly.
That's why I was trying to That's why I said,
and I was like,
there's a box. There's a bag inside a box.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's inside another bag.
You did good with the descriptors. But for those of you who can't see with your ears, I do apologize. If you do want to see that segment, it is on our YouTube channel.
Look it up. The Joker and the Smoker.
The excitement of it is me opening a box. So you've already sat through the most exciting part of it. If you just want to put some eyes to it. But speaking on that note, what I opened was that Destiny collection of LP vinyls, and I actually had a little bit of an adventure myself this weekend and kind of dove into discovering it. And it's just like Destiny is one of those things that's like different layers of things, and I learned new stuff, and like there's kind of secret codes etched in like the inlays of the sleeves.
Yeah,
and it's really cool. Like I might try to do like my own personal thing on like explaining it, but like there's these little figures that are called geomantic symbols, and they represent like one of the discs in there is called Music of the Spheres, and there's an idea that celestial bodies vibrate at a certain frequency.
Yeah.
So Music of the Spheres, quote unquote, is like all of the 7 planetary bodies that are in our solar system vibrating in harmony to create the orbital frequency that we all find as our normal daily life. So
what'd you say? A spectacle sphere?
I don't know.
That comes alive? A soul? Something that's like an entity?
Yeah, something like that.
Vibrates at like a certain
frequency. Yes, like geomantic figures is what they're called.
What is that?
The music. Well, see, See, I could. Okay.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, and it's really hard. Again, to the audio listeners, it's hard to explain this to you. But if you want to check it out, go on our YouTube channel. And the coolest thing is I discovered this just opening it up and doing my own research. It was like one of those really weird things where like I happened to look up Music of the Spheres and I was researching it, and then all of a sudden I noticed this thing. You see these things right here?
Oh shit!
Like, see, those are all different individual ones.
Yeah.
Like this one means, like they all mean different things. Like that one means the way.
Right,
like
but they're vibrating.
But no, they're representative of like things. But I was talking about celestial bodies potentially vibrating at a certain frequency.
What's a celestial body?
Like Earth, you know?
Like Earth?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Any large celestial body. But for the podcast, these are geomantic figures. These little things right here along the side of this, and they actually stand for something. So
it looks like Braille.
It kind of does look like Braille, and that collection is super epic, dude. It's all like gold inlaid and everything.
Yeah, that thing looks fucking sweet.
I really nerded out over that this weekend.
That thing looks awesome, though. I would have bought that.
It's really, really cool.
I don't even know what the hell it is, and I would have bought it.
Yeah, and honestly, like, dude, it's all music done by like.
Have you listened to it?
A full blown. I listened to that's 6 discs total. I think I listened to the first 3. Yeah. So it amazes me though because it is all like full orchestra.
Yeah.
And like
oh damn.
yeah, it's like legit music. Yeah. So it was done by a full, but like I found myself listening to it and I was like, how are they making these sounds? Because they were making like some of the darker noises that made you really feel like it was stretching out the suspense, like
that's insane.
Like not like a whale, but yeah, it was
I don't have any musical talent at all.
And that's why, like, I don't.
That's why I think I associate with music so much because I can't do it.
And see, I think in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that I'm a musician, but I really just resonate with music so much. Even if I can't, if I can't, and that's the great thing about it is even if you can't play it, you can enjoy it. So never shit on anybody for the kind of music they listen to. I hate when that happens because like everybody's got their own flavor and like individuality,
and they have a reason.
Yeah, and music is what makes life worth living. Sometimes, if you've got ears, music is like the shit.
Well, that's what I noticed about the concert. I need to go to more concerts. 100%.
Definitely, yeah. We
I don't know what those tickets cost, but it was well worth it. Because it started raining. Yeah. It was an outdoor concert.
Like a mud pit.
And my aunt and my uncle. Well, I mean, it's like where I was at.
Was it covered?
Where I was at, it was concrete.
Nice, yeah.
They were sitting in the grass.
Nice.
I told them.
Where was it at?
Express Live.
Dude, I just went and saw Coheed there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an outside, and if you're in the pit,
I know. Yeah, I know exactly the pit you're talking about and everything.
So yeah, I'm down there, and like it starts raining. My aunt, and my uncle, like, hey, we have your poncho. It's like I don't give a shit. This is really part of the experience.
Exactly.
I'm ready for it.
And Express Live is it's really cool. I think they have an indoor venue as well.
They do.
But yeah, those outdoor ones they book in the summertime. I just saw Coheed and Cambria there. Actually, that tour poster right there.
Rain or shine.
Yeah. It was an epic experience, but I had to redeem myself at this Coheed concert recently because last year when they came around, I didn't hydrate myself enough, and I literally went so hard in the pit. I like overheated myself, and I found myself pushing my way through the whole mob with puke in my mouth.
Oh,
I definitely puked on someone's shoes trying to get out of it.
They got in the way.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's only so much you can do when the puke's in your mouth and you're pushing through all these people. Like clearly I'm hurled over, pushing through. You gotta know to like duck your feet back or something.
I don't blame that on them. Like you need to understand.
Yeah,
like
it's concert
this
etiquette.
motherfucker's trying to come through. He looks like he has a purpose coming through. He just doesn't look like he's trying to get through.
He doesn't look like he's coming over here to talk to me about something.
So I better get the fuck out of his way.
So, but yeah, that's funny that that came up because like I think you called it concert etiquette, man. There's a concert etiquette and like.
But that's how I grew up on. Like, you just went and found what kind of mischief. If you could get a better seat, maybe there's some shit going down somewhere. Yeah. You went and synced that.
It's the equivalent of like I don't know at school trying to get like sit in the front seat or substitute teacher or something.
Yeah.
Like you can get away with these certain things. The worst case scenario is like you get told no, trying to sneak into a closer seat.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I would have got kicked out, it's like okay, I'm sitting out here for 2 hours to wait for my car ride home.
Right? Did anyone crowd surf?
No, I was definitely thinking about it.
That wasn't that lit.
But I didn't want to like embarrass my aunt and uncle.
I was really surprised that Coheed, like all of a sudden, I turn around and this girl's like, and I'm like, what? She like points at herself and shows like makes an up little thing, and she was telling me that she wanted to crowd surf. Why me? I don't know, but somehow me and this other dude like got her up. And eventually pushed her to the front. And, like, a lot of rock concerts are really cool nowadays. Like, they don't kick people out if they crowd surf. They just, like, take them down at the front, which is awesome. But crowd surfing kind of sucks if you don't know it's coming. It's just, like, a 200-pound body coming behind you. And you're like, oh.
Right, you get kicked in the back of the head.
Exactly, yeah. So, and then you also, women, I'm sorry, I can't help but grope your ass and genitals when you're trying to crowd surf over me.
See, Aaron Lewis stopped the concert, and I went and saw. It was at but what's the big rock concert? Yeah. Rock on the Range. Mm-hmm. He was with Stained, and I went and seen him, and well, I didn't go and see him. I just went and saw Rock on the fucking Range because there's like 80 fucking bands. I only went one fucking day though.
Right.
But he stopped in the middle of the concert and was like, "If I see one more dude grab some girl's ass," it's like they're on top of my head. I can't do nothing about it.
I can't not grab their ass. Yeah.
You just want me to let them sit on my head? Would that make you happy?
Is that better? Is that what you want to see?
Jesus Christ.
And that's kind of like the nature of the.
But that's not crowd surfing. To me, crowd surfing to me is you need to get on stage and then jump off the stage. That's crowd surfing. Like that's what I was thinking
surfing.
about.
Yeah. And also like there needs to be a certain densely populated.
Yeah.
So like the Coheed concert, there was barely enough people to warrant the crowd surfing. If
To
there would have been
hold
any
you,
less,
right.
yeah, like you can't crowd surf on like 50 people.
No, because you're gonna fall into a hole where
it needs to be nuts to butts, all fucking completely
that's not
packed.
crowd surfing. That's like crowd carrying.
Yeah, because then if somebody isn't paying attention, you'll still be held up by just like the massive bodies in front of you, instead of people not realizing that you're coming.
And you'll get thrown back up by people who are like, "What the fuck are you on me?"
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe I'm just salty because I've never crowd surfed. I guess I need to. I don't know. But
me and you both do it.
Yeah, we need to find a concert we can
find a concert.
Yeah.
You go on the right side of the stage, me go on the left side of the stage,
right? And just
nude suits. I'm not saying like completely nude, just like nude suits.
I was thinking about getting the Green Man suit from Always Sunny. Green Man, it can't go wrong.
I'm not mad at that.
Right.
But if you got that, you'd have to do a whole podcast in it.
I think
like face covered and everything.
That'd
just
be fun.
Green.
Yeah, Green Man. That's a really great. Speaking of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, are they making new season?
No, I think that last season was the end.
I thought it was too, but somebody made me believe that there was another season.
I stopped watching actually when they all died on the boat.
I don't think I even got that far. I think I got to like 6 or 7.
Well, they don't die on a boat, but
yeah,
they all die on a boat. And I was like, that's the end of this season.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. It got too commercialized.
Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. Like, not enough creative outlets like that, like TV shows and movies and stuff. Not enough of them call it quits ahead of time.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
One of the things that
The Office.
Yeah, but
Steve Carell left. That was the end of your show.
You gotta realize when to
that was the end of your show.
And people like somebody told me when Breaking Bad was still in the making.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, the dude who made it, Aaron Paul or whatever his name is.
Aaron Paul's the actor.
He was the actor. What was the name of his? I forget the creator of that series.
Bryant Gumbel.
No, it's
he's an HBO sports documentary.
I forget the name of the dude, but basically they decided before they even started filming season 1 that it was only going to be 5 seasons or whatever.
That's what it should have been, though.
Yeah, exactly. When you decide, like, it's almost like imperative and necessary that you decide when you're going to end something if you're going to start it, because you can face creative doom if you just say we're going to leave it open ended and see how people receive it.
But didn't Game of Thrones do that? And then they just got too big for their own britches, and they're like, "Oh, we only got one more season to do."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Kind of, yeah. Well,
so
but
you need to have the whole thing written out, basically.
And that's the thing. Like money rules the world, especially in terms of like networks and media. So if you're still making until you're not making the money,
right?
Then the talks of ending it can come into play. I guess.
Even if you fucking had everything written out, I'm sure if the network was like, "Oh, the viewers really like this couple, but they were supposed to break up here, so the next thing can go on.
Right.
We need another season of this."
Yeah, we need more of them.
Happen.
Yeah, and you really wonder, like with Game of Thrones, it had like some kind of plot narrative to pull from. But if you really don't, then like you said, you can just go willy nilly and change everything as you go.
Yeah,
like they want more of the the couples.
Exactly.
We need the couples. But I don't know, man. Do you watch reality TV at all?
Dude, I don't even watch. I watch baseball. Dude, I don't have time to watch reality TV.
Dude, I listened to one of these other podcasts like Rooster Teeth and a couple of the ones that they do. And one of the guys on there was recently talking about some reality shows. And I get it, like, to some extent. Like, there are some people who watch reality TV shows because they don't have a life for whatever reason they like it. But, like, some people, like the guy who was explaining the reality show he was watching, or the one, whatever one. It was kind of like a Big Brother style or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people use those TV shows to turn their brain off. And like I
could see that.
I get that. So like this guy was like, it's the only way I can turn my brain off from work. I mean, I was like, okay, I get that. Like, you know, if you can't listen to music or play a video game or whatever elsewhere or otherwise, that's totally understandable. But still, dude, like really, like reality TV is just, I don't know, man. I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but
no, I agree with you. Like you can shut your brain off during that.
Yeah,
you don't have to think.
And there's
no pointless.
Plot or anything, but it's like, to me, it's the epitome of like human like nothingness. You know, like,
when I thought
no
that,
substance there.
There's
at
not.
all.
When I thought that stuff was good, it was like senior year of high school when Jersey Shore was on.
Oh yeah. And see, Jersey Shore took the world by storm, and I feel like
Gabs are here.
They kind of like pushed a narrative of reality TV that's like, let's give this group of people alcohol and make sure they're all attractive enough to be attracted to each other, and then secretly put cameras in all their rooms and all their houses and watch them. And it's just like, it's a really weird, encroaching kind of thing to want to watch other people live their life.
Yeah.
But almost nobody watching those other people would agree to cameras being in their life.
No.
And it's like, you gotta be a certain kind of type of person to agree to be on a reality show. And I'm glad I don't know anyone who's on one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You have to be an asshole to be on a reality TV show.
What if they came to us, though, and said, hey, Joker and Smoker, you want to be on a reality TV show?
It depends. It depends on what the ideal was.
Right.
Like, I can't just go do nothing, like, stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I would be okay if they went to the extremes. Like,
Okay.
Fear Factor, you have to eat, like, horse cock, horse semen, or
Right. Pig balls.
it would have to be the other one where we had, like, a physical challenge.
Right.
Like, what is it?
Like,
Road Wolves or Real World?
So, something like that, yeah. American Ninja Warrior style.
Yeah, we would have to do something like that. I couldn't do some, like, mundane thing. Like, okay,
I think
you
Big
two
Brother
guys...
had some pretty cool ones.
You two guys need to go live in a house with 5 other people.
Exactly.
And then just live there. Like, no.
Yeah. I think there is a reality TV show that is yet to be made, though.
I do too.
That's gonna like really tip the scales. Like,
I'm
I don't know
telling
if it's gonna be like.
I already have the idea,
Okay,
and we
what is
can
it?
make it.
Hit me.
Well, we need Donald Trump to build the wall first. And then we get fucking Mexican Freedom Warrior Wall. And whoever's
That's pretty awesome.
like President Trump at the time is on top.
Whichever of the Mexicans can actually get over the wall,
Yes,
actually get
yes.
citizenship.
Yeah, but that's the reason they're building the wall 10 miles away from the border. Like, we're giving them 10 miles. That's because they have to get through Border Patrol and the dogs.
Exactly.
And whoever gets on top of the wall, because you just can't, like, it has to be, like, sorry, female, it's going to have to be the males.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be legit shit.
Hey, unless you can come out the woodwork like that, you know?
I mean, if you can make it on there, but once you get to the top of the wall, there's like a big red button, just like on American Ninja Warrior.
Exactly, yeah.
And the fucking president's up there with like a 20-pack of green cards, because Mexican families are huge, bro. It's not like a 3-family pack. You know how you get like a family pack of 4 to go to a vacation?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No, you need a little bit bigger one, yeah.
It's like a fucking clown car when they show
of
up.
7, yeah.
Yeah, you know?
That's a really good idea, though, because then not only would you solve the immigration crisis, you can get everyone put up in line for this reality TV show. You can make money off the TV show.
Yeah.
You could have American companies sponsor the TV show and all the equipment, and you could have the American people at least view in a televised manner all of the illegal immigrants coming into their country, and you know they're legit because they're getting the card.
And to get the fucking Republican side, we give 25% of all viewership money to border security.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Might as well. Yeah, you can literally kill multiple birds with one stone.
We need to build a wall, bro.
We got
Me and you.
I think
building a wall
now for reasons I didn't even know existed. I'm supporter of the wall now.
See, that's what I do. I change minds, brother.
You change minds and perspectives, brother. That's good. That's good, man. I like that.
That's maybe the worst thing we've ever said on the podcast, but
it's entertaining.
Fuck it.
Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna cut this film to the second half of the podcast while we try to brainstorm what is next. And what is next? I have no idea.
My HR representative said she was gonna give me a gift card for all the work I've did, and I'm gonna respond to her and say, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need no fucking gift card.
Just some cash.
What? Gonna give me a gift card for what? Some dumb shit? I want to spend my money." I don't need to go to a special place to go spend this money. Give me a Visa gift card worth $500 or even.
Yeah, exactly. I spend it anyway.
So maybe I should wait to see if I get it. And if it's not like legit enough, I'll just send it back. Like, hey, why don't you spend this? You might need this more than me.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Tell her that you want the gift card that she would want. No, maybe that's not. Maybe she might feel like Victoria's Secret or some dumb shit.
Yeah, no. I could buy. She's good looking. I could buy Victoria's Secret and then send it to her.
Yeah, you could.
If she can't tell nobody, because that's HR. The confidentiality agrement.
That is very true.
Like, who's she gonna tell? There's no sexual harassment when you sexually
when you
harass
are
the
HR. Yeah. Who are you gonna report it to?
You know what I'm saying?
Right? No, but yeah, dude. No, there's something like for my 1-year anniversary at Ace, they gave me like a. This is what pissed me off. They gave me what I thought was a gift card, like a Visa gift card, right? They gave me one, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go spend this somewhere. So I go somewhere to try to spend it, and I try to run it, and it doesn't work. Only to later find out they gave me an Ace gift card. And I was like, why would you give me a gift card to the place that I work at? Which I get it, but it's just like, just tell me to pick $25 worth of stuff at the warehouse or something. You know? Like,
did you get your employee discount on top of that?
No, because that's a weird thing. I don't get an employee discount inside of an Ace store, but I get it I get it from the warehouse. So
What the fuck?
I get wholesale prices on stuff inside of our warehouse, but I don't get any kind of discount if I go to an Ace store.
You got fucked.
It's very weird. Yeah.
You got fucked.
Do I have to hit a button on this?
Yeah. It's keep turning. Bam.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Clear. Ba-doop, 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 bop, bop.
All day. That's what's up.
That's mojito.
It smells very good.
It's minty.
I need to get me one of those. Those is really nice.
The guy that was sitting beside me at the concert, or standing beside me at the concert, he was like 60 years old.
Right.
And he was high as fuck by the time we left. Because it's just the way the wind was traveling.
Right.
And I saw everybody hitting their like vape pens and blowing big ass clouds. Mm-hmm. And I was blowing these little ass clouds.
Yeah, but you're way higher in the clouds than they are.
Oh, no doubt. Maybe that's why the concert was so good. No, they actually play good music. Yeah, hey, Collective Soul's a guitar player. Go listen to him. He wore a white shirt. He probably won't wear a white shirt the next one, but if he does, you'll know who he is. The lead singer of Collective Soul, he got some gay fingers, so.
Gay fingers? Like
yeah.
Spirit fingers?
Oh, dude. Oh, he did the whole time. Like, every time he stopped singing.
Just bringing it through.
Dude, he had to have some type of, what's that wrist disease you get?
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah, he had to have that.
I think I'm going to have that because I grip my controller and stuff way too hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on the substances I'm abusing, it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know at what age signs of aging start to show, but I think I'm showing them, and I'm not even 30 yet. You know, like sometimes I'll see like Hunter S. Thompson when I watch his documentaries. Yeah. As he gets into his old age, like 40s and 50s, he starts like doing some rocking shit in his chair. Like when he gathers his thoughts, he's like, I do some weird shit. Like, and I'm like, I might be doing some weird shit like that with myself.
I'm not mad at it, though. That's just a life well fucking lived.
Exactly, yeah. And, and it made me realize as you get older, you only become more you. So,
100%.
All the things that you do are more indicative of, if it takes you 5 seconds to fully gather a thought that you're about to spew for, 2 minutes, that's totally acceptable. Because as you get older, your brain can't retain that, lightning fast speed that you want to just regurgitate everything out. But as you get older, you accumulate more and more and more knowledge. Yeah. And the important thing is to take that knowledge and be able to recite it. But as you get older, you have to be sure that you're reciting it properly. Otherwise, you just sound like a fucking gibberish buffoon. Right. You're really just an old madman. And you're like, wow, that old guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm going to end up into that.
Unless you're an old guy who knows exactly what the fuck you're talking about. And then people are like, what the fuck? This old dude knows what the fuck is up.
Dude, speaking of crazy shit, I got something for you. And I want to make sure I get the state right.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure Arizona just passed a law that if you have sex with somebody under or at the age of 13, you yourself have to pay for chemical castration.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
Or if you can't pay for it, the state will pay for it. Is it though?
Haha, nuts.
But is it though, dude?
That's a question that cannot be answered with one answer.
But you put people in prison for killing people, and I would say rape is worse than murder.
Should people who forcibly sexualize themselves on others be chemically castrated?
Especially when it's 13 years old.
Yes, if it is egregious enough. Yes, absolutely.
Well, if you're 13 years old or younger, I think it's egregious enough.
Yes, exactly. I totally agree. And I was just listening to NPR, and recently they were recapping the Steubenville case. And basically they were talking about how...
Steubenville?
Steubenville.
That's Ohio.
Yeah. The football team... Remember when the football team got in trouble for that rape case back when we were in high school? Shortly after that?
Yeah, but that was when it was videotaped. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the NPR segment was about how this whole community was defending this football team, and like nobody was looking out for the victims and all these other things. It's like when it comes to those kinds of crazy things, dude, like there's a book of the law and there's everyone's moral and ethical grounds,
right?
And those things don't always equate. So
no,
it's important. It's important. It's even more important to come together as a society and a democracy, if we are as such, to make sure that these rules reflect our moral and ethical beliefs. Because if not, you're left in a court of law with a jury to decide whether someone should be chemically castrated for doing what they've done. And like you said, with a 13-year-old, there's no really defending it. Like you can't.
But then again, if you don't want to be fucking, if you want to fuck a 13-year-old and don't want to get chemically castrated, move out of Arizona.
To put it that way, like the fucked up way to put it, like.
But they're just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah,
they're just like, no, we're done with it. So if you do this, this is what happens.
And to me, it's the ultimate test of: do people give a fuck about the repercussions of their actions?
Right. Yeah.
You know, does the penalty for your crime at all at any point in time during and or even from the time you're plotting it to the time you're committing it to the time you've done it and afterwards, does the punishment prevent one from committing a crime?
Right.
And
well, I think that one would.
You would think, dude,
but then again, the death penalty doesn't stop murder.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like to me, there are facets of the human brain that just cannot be. Like, you can't put a roadblock in front of someone.
Well, there's crazy motherfuckers out there, and they're going to do crazy motherfucking shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no medicine or antidepressant or, like, antipsychotic meds or straitjacket that can get this fucked up stuff out of some people's
That makes
head.
you stop thinking about fucking a 13-year-old.
Exactly, dude. And like pedophilia especially. It's so fucked up. But I'm not here to defend it in any manner. I'm just saying I don't think some of it is curable, and that's the really wicked part of the human nature, which is some people can't explain their behavior, and those who can't, who commit the worst atrocities, are the hardest ones to try to deal with,
right? Because
you don't know whether they are actual monsters,
right,
or whether they really can't help themselves.
And at the time, we don't know how to deal with it. So, isn't the best way to deal with it to stop people from getting hurt is to chemically castrate them? Because chemically castrated is not like they use chemicals to burn off your genitals. It just takes the hormones out of your body that causes a sex drive. That is all what chemical castration is.
I guess, yeah. Like, so if so someone who would be chemically castrated, like their sac would still be intact.
Yes, everything would still be intact.
Sac intact.
Hey, that's our third song, I think.
That's the third song coming off the album. Sac intact.
But yeah, so like everything's still there. They just ruin the hormones in your brain and in your body that says, "Hey, you don't want to have sex."
Well, my guess is they would.
And from my guess, or not from my guess, from my knowledge, is that is reversible.
You mean once it's done to you, it can be undone?
Yes, it can be undone. Like they can inject it, but to the point where they would have to inject you with fucking testosterone
you have to have
every month.
The exact formula, to get it back.
So it is reversible, but I mean, at the time, like, should more 13-year-olds get hurt, or should some fucking weird fucking dudes not be able to produce sperm?
And that's the thing.
My vote's on the dudes who want to fuck a 13-year-old shouldn't be able to produce sperm because of the fact that it's hurting them.
Okay.
But it's only hurting them when intact. If they were to do what they were wanting to do, they would be hurting others a lot more than I think that chemical castration would hurt that one person.
Them.
And if you my next point is, if you chemically you can respond on this. If you chemically castrate somebody, I don't think you should put them in jail. Maybe on probation,
right?
But you already did what you were trying to do.
See, that's the real question: is does the chemical castration itself have any other, like extremely impeding effects upon that individual's nature? Because if you're not clear on the psychology of what the effects of a castration can do to a person, who's to say this now chemically castrated person who has been served their sentence,
right,
now are they in a completely different category to where they're
Right.
dangerous to society?
The kind of,
You know,
right.
has what's been done to their body going to now affect their brain in a way that wasn't addressed in the first place?
Right.
So now it's going to trigger them to be some kind of crazy serial killer of fucking 85-year-olds.
Right.
You know, it's just like
or just like when fucking athletes take steroids, like their body stops
you
producing
truly,
testosterone.
you can't account for
Yeah,
what bodily functions are going to be affected by
Later on down the
affecting
road.
bodily functions.
Yep. You do have a point, but I still think that's better. I think it's better to affect that one person than to completely destroy a 13-year-old's life.
Exactly, yeah. And what's fucked up is there's no real Men in Black thing where you can just hold a pen in front of that 13-year-old's face and make them forget all that, because those things truly are unforgettable and completely egregious. And we're left as a society and as humanity to try to come together and say, how do we deal with these people? How do we deal with this insane thing that has happened, has been happening, is going to continue to happen, and we cannot put a stop to? Because until everyone is artificially encompassed inside of a technological breakthrough, we're not
or
gonna,
just able to read other people's minds,
or on read minds or on camera at all times.
Yeah.
Like that's the next thing. Like we're already all, in my opinion, we are all already under surveillance at all times in terms of audio.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
The only way you're not is if you don't have a cell phone on you.
Exactly. If you make it a point to enter a room with no technological devices in them that are equipped with microphones that are connected to the internet.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, we're not that far from like a Black Mirror Netflix style crazy.
Well, they solve murders off the whole fucking Siri, Amazon, fucking
That's the whole
Echo
thing, yeah.
Dot, whatever the goddamn thing.
All of the
because
above.
where like murders happen, like that's what the cops do first. They will go into the room, they find if they have one of those, they take it, and it records everything.
All the sound, yeah.
Why do you think it answers when you say its name?
Exactly.
It's listening all the
waiting
time.
for the name.
It's not a fucking dog that's just like, oh, I'm paying attention over here. I'm paying attention over here.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, that's my name. No.
And I think I said it before. Like when I first got my Amazon Dot, I used the trigger word, and I thought I had to say the word and then wait for it to respond and then say the command. But you really can just say it all as one thing, like a paragraph, like a sentence, like.
Oh, so it's just
Brandon,
listening.
turn the lights off.
Jesus
you don't
Christ.
have to say Brandon and then wait for it to light up. Turn the light. You can just and
You
that's
can just
when
say
you
it.
realize that, you're like, damn, it's all. And then you can go. I finally went into my Amazon account history, and you can see a viewable list of all the things that you've said to your Amazon, and you're like,
Oh my God, it's just listening.
They want you to believe that you have control over this thing, but the fact of the matter is, there are people sitting in rooms listening to your conversations.
Jeff Bezos, I'm not talking bad about your business. Sponsor us. Give us money. But then again, don't fucking listen to me. I don't need that in my day. Yeah, listen to the podcast. Don't listen to me when I'm not on the podcast. Jeff Bezos, just give us money.
Quick celebration real quick. We crossed 500 downloads.
Bam, my brother.
Thank you to each and every one of you listeners. Each and every one of you viewers. Keep listening. Keep viewing. We're going to cross 1,000 here soon, as long as with your support, and Brandon and I are just going to keep showing up and keep filming.
And 10,000 fucking downloads or 10,000 listens, rumor, I get a fucking tattoo.
Yeah.
And since we got 500 fucking listens or downloads,
full downloads
on podcasts, that's not including YouTube.
Right.
Let's not limit ourselves here.
Right.
Why don't we get some iTunes reviews, people? Give us some reviews on some of our stuff, please and thank you.
Here's how all those things work. It doesn't matter if you write an entire novel for us in our review section. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to read the whole thing. But it's not going to help us in terms of anything. What is going to help us is a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to. Because all the way these algorithms work on all these different platforms is 5-star reviews. The more you get, the more that they take the algorithm itself. If it gets more 5-star reviews, it shoots it higher up in the kind of like newly listened podcast. So people who are looking for new content, our the more 5-star reviews we have, the higher up we'll be in the recommended listens.
And I know on iTunes you have to have at least a sentence in the review slot. Put anything. Yeah. Say you hate me. I don't care.
Tell us your favorite whatever. Tell us how stupid we look. Make a joke about us. I don't care.
Yeah, make jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Rip on us.
This is the Joker and the Smoker. Tell us if you hate us or love us, and we're just glad you're listening.
100%. 100%. Who knew we would be here now?
Right. We do have like 15 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and get the Amazon segment out of the way for the week. For you audio listeners, I'm going to describe it the best we can.
All right. This week, we have a brown envelope. It's about a foot by a foot. It makes no sound when you shake it. Yep. Well, it makes a little. It's just moving in there.
Exactly. Just like opening presents. So,
shit.
Where's the return address? This came out of Lexington, the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Lexington.
Lexington, Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, people in Lexington, when you hear this, hit us up.
Hit us up. So,
oh, my God.
Yeah, it's just a DVD, but it's a very cool DVD. It is called One Strange Rock. And if you have Netflix, you may have seen this. They pushed for it. It's National Geographic sponsored.
National Geographic is a fucking shit, bro.
They
released a... Dude, that's fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right?
He's on that shit.
This isn't Neil, but it's Will Smith.
Yeah. Hey, he's another black dude. Yeah. I'm sure he knows about stuff.
Yeah, but this is One Strange Rock, hosted by Will Smith. It's a 10-part series, and it is from a guy named Darren Aronofsky, and he is an acclaimed filmmaker, an award-winning producer from Jane Root. But it's a cinematic event series hosted by Will Smith, featuring the only people who have left Earth behind. Astronauts. Experience an epic tour de France around the globe and into space, revealing extraordinary forces that make our planet function and allow life to thrive on this one strange rock.
They're going to ride a bike around the world?
From space, yeah. But no, yeah.
Then don't call it the Tour de France.
I know that. I don't know why they threw that in there.
Okay,
but
how long is each part?
It's a 10-part series. Each one is about 45 minutes or so.
Well, then that's
7 hours total.
I was gonna get mad. I was like, make that into a fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But never mind.
It's very well done episodically, and
but that's If it's fucking 7 hours, don't make that into a movie.
Yeah,
I don't have the time.
Yeah, if you've ever seen, have you ever seen Requiem for a Dream?
It's
probably been a while if you have.
Who's in it?
Jared Leto, the dude from 30 Seconds to Mars, and Marlon Wayans, I think.
No, I've never seen that movie.
It's a very drug-oriented movie. It's about a group of friends who get addicted to dope.
I've never done drugs.
The dope dealer leaves town, and this chick at the end ends up going ass to ass with another chick around a bunch of businessmen to get some money for dope.
But I've never done drugs, so
yeah, you probably wouldn't be interested in the movie then. But no, Darren Aronofsky directed Requiem for a Dream as well as the movie called Pi. He was involved with the filmmaking process, and it is.
So is there any?
Yeah, executive producers. I'm not sure about the director.
So is there any girls doing butt-to-butt stuff in this movie?
Not in One Strange Rock.
Oh damn it! Because I want to hear Will Smith fucking talk about that. I'll tell you the truth.
That would be funny.
Hey, Will Smith, I got your next role for you.
But no, Darren Aronofsky. The way I like to put it to people is, Darren Aronofsky makes movies that you can watch that make you feel like you're on drugs. So they visually stimulate your mind in a way that drugs do.
That would be a good way for me to experience drugs.
Exactly.
Since
right?
I've never done them.
And he does, and like the way he does it is like they'll talk about a certain subject and he'll like do all these really fast zoom quick shots on like a bunch of things. Like in Requiem for a Dream, they would do some drugs and he would do like 0.5 seconds of quick snippets, like the powder broken out, the razor, the dollar bill, and then like an inhaling sound, and then the pupils dilating. So it'd be like, it's like this steroid filled roller coaster ride of experiencing whatever they're talking about on screen. And they do that with One Strange Rock. It's very similar to kind of like Life. It's not as animal oriented. Yeah. This has interviews with people who have spent the most time in space. I think combined, all these astronauts have like some like 50 or 100 days outside of space. But it really they tackle things from a scientific aspect about the most fundamental things in our solar system and, celestial bodies and how things work than any other show you'll watch. And it's actually up to date, which is why I ordered it, because this is kind of like the equivalent of, what's it called? Cosmos.
The Cosmos.
It's like Cosmos, but not as Cosmosy.
All right.
Yeah, it's like more about astronauts and how it feels to be a human who's actually left space and looked down on it. Like, damn, like
right.
everyone's still there, but I'm up here.
Hell yeah.
So check that out on Netflix if you've got it. I ordered it on DVD so I can share it with my parents because they are not Netflix savvy.
Yep, look it up, people.
It was only $30 on DVD if you want it and share it with. It's really awesome because like my grandma used to like history documentaries and stuff when she was around. And if she was still around, I would show her this. But like old people really like things like things like that. So if you have some like science stuff or like Lawrence Welk type shit,
yeah, right,
to share with some old people, just show it to them because they'll be absolutely delighted. Because guess what? They're old and they don't know how to discover this new shit.
And they're old.
Yeah. Just imagine when you get older, you can't discover new shit. It sucks.
It does, man.
I'm not even old yet, and I'm running out of shit to discover.
I'm old. I don't understand new music. They say the same line over and over again. That's not music.
It's confusing, man.
Yeah, like, where's the song at? Yeah. Oh, wait, it's over?
Wait, what did they say? Yeah. Wait, what did I miss? It's
hell yeah, my brother.
It's one strange rock out there, man.
No joke.
And that is the joke of why it's called that, because Earth is one strange rock.
And we're just trying to
come
dump out there. Everything is
just trying to get rid of our thigh load.
Everything is though. Birds, penguins, mooses,
ducks,
fucking fishes,
platypuses. What's up with them? They have webbed feet and bills.
Yeah, right. And they walk on land. They breathe air. Pretty sure they breathe water. Because I don't know what they're doing underneath that water for so long.
What's up with tadpoles, man? How are they going to change into some frogs? The fuck are you talking about, bro?
Evolution has to be real if you bring up that.
Caterpillars into butterflies. Excuse me? That's fucking Transformers.
Yeah, that's never happened once.
I'm going to call caterpillars Optimus Prime from now on because they're Transformers.
Right? That's never happened once in the world.
Right?
I've never gone to bed, like wrap myself in a pillow or in a blanket, woke up in the morning, next thing you know I have wings.
Wings and I'm beautiful as fuck. No, never that. Also, one of my favorite animals / insects.
I'm upset now.
Animal creatures is dragonflies. I didn't know for a long time that dragonflies are also a part of a metamorphosis process.
Really?
I forget what they start out as. Hey, Echo. What's the larva form of dragonflies?
This might answer your question. The biggest religious denomination by estimated appearance is Sunni Muslim, 1,321,116,860.
It just gave me a... Yep.
It just said something about Jewish people, didn't it?
It just gave me some statistic about Muslim religions or something.
Oh, it was Muslims? Muslims and Jews like each other,
Now
right?
I gotta look up my Amazon history to see what that just fed me back.
Wake gave off a number for a minute.
Yeah. But, yeah, so anyways, something starts out as whatever and then attaches into a dragonfly. And they're fucking cool. Dragonflies are nature's helicopters, bro.
Have you... Interesting.
They are aerodynamically engineered better than we have manufactured helicopters.
Awesome.
More precise. Pretty cool, right? Go ahead.
Have you ever acted like an Amazon dot or something like that? Like when someone asks you a question? Yeah, it's this. And then you just walk away? Because I've done that multiple times.
Just been like what? Like, hey, Brandon, what time are we going for lunch?
Yeah, we can do that about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I just walk away. I'm gone for 2 hours. I can show it back up at 1. What's going on? I'm not listening. Right. But no, it's like a math question. Brandon, what's 96 divided by 2? 59. All right, guys, I'll see you later. I don't give a shit. Who was president in 1978? Ronald Reagan. All right, I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
You just got to act like you've been there.
Hey,
that brings it back to the point. Act like you've been there.
That'd be a good Halloween costume.
What, Ronald Reagan in 1978?
No, an Echo Dot.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Give me some candy. I'm hungry. Ask me a question.
Right.
And well, no, the person...
Just slowly get into their house more and more.
Just slowly walk in. But no, the person giving out the candy should be the Echo Dot. Because then the person could be like, hey, Echo Dot, give me some candy. And the person would throw candy at him.
Could be anything.
Science.
The possibilities are endless, people, and you're part of it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we got like 3 or 4 minutes left. Anything we want to throw out?
Shout out to
Interact with us on the social medias. Those should be linked
Please
all
and
down
thank you.
below. Thanks for all the downloads. Thanks for keeping it real.
Shout out to all the dudes out there.
All the dudes and all of the dudettes.
Man, I don't care about the ladies. I just care about the dudes.
Hey,
Send me a pic, dudes.
I
Wink,
care.
wink.
I care about all the little ones. I hope no individual children are listening to our podcast. But if they are, you clearly need some guidance, so please contact us.
Yeah, contact
and
us.
We will help you.
We will guide you, just not on the podcast.
Exactly. Stop listening to this. Turn this off. What are you doing?
They've already made it through the fucking episode. It's too late now.
Damn
Don't
it.
listen to the next one.
God damn it.
Hey, we
Did it
tried.
again.
We
tried.
did our part.
We did.
That's
yeah.
all that matters.
But yeah, I think it's time for this week's segment, which is Brandon Talks Shit. So we'll see you next week, guys, on episode 24. This has
See
been
you next,
Joker and the
guys.
Smoker.
Dude, fucking Michael Jackson's so fucking overrated. King of pop my ass. King of popping boys' buttholes. All right, because the thing is, like, what would you call the Beatles? The Beatles ain't rock. They would be pop. So if the Beatles are the best band of all time, then Michael Jackson can't be the king of pop. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. Y'all need to choose one. Y'all are stupid. I don't like y'all.